We got some awesome The Witcher 4 news. I'm super hyped and happy to talk about that topic again. Stay tuned for that. What's up guys, my name is Franky Boy. On this channel I am covering everything regarding open world games such as The Witcher 4, so stay and subscribe for more content like this. So I built up my channel this English channel on the topic The Witcher in the first place, and I'm super hyped to talk about that topic again. It's that time of the year where we have some new leaks, and we got some leaks about Assassin's Creed Codename Red, the next big Assassin's Creed. Now it's about some The Witcher content. Well, right now it's not a leak, but it's a job listing. And to make it clear, we are talking about the next Witcher games. When I say The Witcher 4, it's not clear which one will be the next one. We have a few projects in the making, so some new AAA RPG titles. We have also a multiplayer title made by Molasses Flood, and we are going to talk about that one today because we have some new articles. This one, for example, is by Insider Gaming, always a great source when it comes to journalism in the gaming industry. If they have some leaks, they are almost always correct, like Tom Hennessy, etc. They do some awesome work there. So in this case, I'm gonna rely on the article because the job listing is already gone at this point. We know that CD Projekt Red is right now working on the next Witcher titles at a very high pace. Well, I hope so, because the Cyberpunk DLC is out right now and it was a huge success. They shifted all of their employees to work on the next Witcher titles. Well, maybe they get some secret surprises left for us, but I don't think so, because they made it very clear what they are currently working on to get the investors back invested into the game, or the company of course, but we should say the game because CD Projekt Red right now is The Witcher, though they are of course driving this dual franchise strategy where they have two titles or two main brands they focus on, and The Witcher was super successful. We have the successful Netflix series. Well, yeah, let's not talk about season 3. But yeah, the Netflix series was of course a huge success, and it brought The Witcher 3 to an all-time high of the player count, at least on Steam. And I think that's kind of representative. Alright, let's now talk about the job listing. It's at the Molasses Flood Boston office, and it spoke to need a senior or principal level designer to create spaces set in Slavic open worlds of The Witcher. And what could else be the case? They are working on the multiplayer title, and they might combine it with open world elements, or they likely will combine it, because when you think of The Witcher, you always think of open worlds, something to explore, and this of course Slavic looking, very moody world that gets you back into the middle age of Europe. And since I live in Germany, this is like a big thing here. When I think about the possibilities that develop through that job listing and idea that get into my mind, I think about open world MMORPGs or action RPGs. I instantly think about World of Warcraft, Diablo. There are so many possibilities that The Witcher could go, and we have to take a look at other details we know about the game to get that into context, because it's said the game is a multiplayer game first and has single player elements, but the base game nature right now of course is still secret. So having a multiplayer game with single player elements makes it totally possible to go into some kind of World of Warcraft direction, even into an action RPG direction. I think about a group of Witchers doing contracts or living together in Kaer Morhen, going out on raids or clearing up a cave together, but then you have some jobs to do on your own, maybe even a small story part or some side quests, etc. Grinding your herbs for your potions and selling those to other Witcher players who are lazy. I can totally imagine a game like that. I could also imagine a very flat game, basic fighting game, 100 Witchers into a pot and they have to fight each other, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much. I also don't think it would be a survival game. I love that type of game, but it wouldn't fit the brand that perfectly, I think. Maybe under The Last Witchers and you have to build your own castle, etc., but I don't think this will happen. I'm super curious what you guys are thinking about, which kind of game they will create, but at least we have a hint on multiplayer, single player elements second, and of course the open world elements of the Slavic area of The Witcher. Now, always keep in mind, this is not a very big project. we have many Witcher projects in the making right now, like The Witcher Polaris, Canis Majoris, Sirius, and all of those games might be huge except for Sirius, because I think it's the smallest studio that is working on the Witcher franchise right now, which is sad because like making a multiplayer title is such a risk and you really want it to be good, because if it fails, and that's maybe because of the studio size, they have to downscale their ideas, they have to think about like how can we make this small and happen, and it might fail because it's not perfect enough, but it would have like had success if it was a bigger studio developing it. Then the consequences might be there will no other studio ever again be developing a Witcher multiplayer title, sorry for that. And yeah, that would be quite a sad thing, because I think we all love the brand and we want just awesome games. I see it in this way. The multiplayer title doesn't affect the single player open world RPG titles, which are my by far most favorite types of games. I love to grind like The Witcher 3 for myself when I'm sick or so, or in winter times, and just play The Witcher all day. It's like the perfect thing for me to do. But a multiplayer title might bring up some spice to it and make the brand even more successful, in combination of course with the Witcher series, with the super awesome and super successful games that are already out there. Like, let's combine it with some more Gwent add-ons or so, and it will be just fine, I guess. I'm curious what you guys are thinking about the brand and the route that is taken by CD Projekt Red right now. I'm super happy to be in a world where they develop more Witcher games, because they are just super awesome. And I mean, look at this landscape, it's just beautiful. The Witcher Next Gen update was a great thing to happen. Well, you have to say, of course, if it runs on your system, but I am in the lucky position where it works on my system and it looks just awesome. Also, I'm kind of curious, what about the story? Will we see like a Geralt multiplayer title, or will it be like a few years or decades before the happenings of the Witcher series, the books? Maybe they like develop yet another story to it, or maybe after the whole thing where Geralt's saga ends. I mean, you guys probably know that The Witcher 3 was the last game of the Geralt of Rivia saga, so he can most likely just appear as a sidekick or just as an NPC in the games that are following. But I think the fans would love to see like Geralt even out of another character. Maybe he's like a master of us and we are in the multiplayer Witcher game and he's teaching us to fight against other Witcher schools that have like leaned up against us or so. There are so many possibilities, and I'm curious which one will be taken by Molasses Flood and of course CD Projekt Red, because they have the brand, they own the brand, and they decide about the way the brand will develop and the path they will take. Will they choose the path of Ciri, the path of the Emperor, or will they choose the Witcher's path? I'm super curious about that. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, we speak about The Witcher if there is something to talk about, and right now there is something to talk about. I'm super happy to have you guys here. Stay subscribed for more content like this, where we talk about The Witcher, and also check out my build guides and also tips and tricks for The Witcher 3 if you want to fresh up your game sessions. Just feel free to browse around my channel. Stay subscribed for more, and goodbye. See you in the next one.